My name is Ocey Newsome-Rogers. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina. And this was really, I don't want to say last minute idea, but close to it. I've been building a bunch of M-Tron stuff for the past 6 months or so, and I had a bunch of this trans green neon floating around, and I wanted to kind of elaborate on it a little bit. When the speeder bike set came out a few months ago, I knew exactly the concept in my head really came to me. The Shadow Troopers rebuild the bike in a new color, crazy alien vegetation. I really like the alien vegetation. Mm-hmm. But it's super simple, you know. It's basically just a bunch of random Technic pieces and all of this green stuff. I've never actually built much with any of the Bionicle or the Technic or the Construction or whatever we're calling it nowadays. But these guys are actually fairly fun to play with. And up until this point, I haven't seen anyone else using these big figures to do, like, you know, big mocks or any sort of dio. So I figured I'd give it a shot.
Right, yeah, it's not real common to build at a scale that kind of fits with the larger figures like that.
Exactly. And it you know, gives you the opportunity to work in a different scale, not just the minifig scale, but also with the somewhat variety of figures and parts, and you rebuild, you know, accessories and piece together different, you know, figures and whatnot. My generic Rebel figure down there. Yeah, that's
very impressive. And then you've got a similar one next to it here with kind of a different setting.
Indeed. This was, again, it was a kind of a last-minute concept and was spurred almost solely by the fact that I found these figures for dirt cheap on BrickLink. And I didn't exactly know what I was going to do with them, but I knew that I wanted to do something. And so this worked out. The palm tree, I feel like, is actually the centerpiece on this one. The figures are just fluff.
What is the technique with the palm tree?
The technique with the palm tree is a slight bit of unauthorized parts usage. Inside of the palm tree, there is actually a metal coat hanger that's stuck down into a Technic stud on the bottom, and that's actually what gives it the support. I tried doing it at first with the rigid tubing, and it was not rigid enough.
Now, like for the trunk, are those like barrel parts?
They're the barrels from all of the like pirate ships and all of the castle stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, super simple. But it to scale with the figure, it works pretty well.
Right, yeah, he captures it perfectly. And I noticed on the first one and this one, you've got kind of the studs not on top, sort of sideways building for the base. Do you feel like that's a difficult thing to do, building like that, or is that pretty simple and you just kind of build out naturally the base?
I don't think it's difficult. I think that it allows for a much more organic kind of feel for the ground, because you can do some curvy edges and, you know, whatever you want, basically. It is a little parts intensive, for sure. You know, it takes a lot of small brick to just make up that small little footprint of space. But I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, it came out really well, and then also the water line there kind of gives it some more movement and color there as well. Mm-hmm.